Hello and welcome to this sort of analysis video of the 3.2 Herbert update for Stellaris. So there are kind of two broad things in it. There's the Aquatics Pack, as well as sort of the version 3.2 of Stellaris, which has lots of changes in it. So of course the Aquatics is another sort of origin story, like I think they added like another sort of planet type and or I don't know about planet type, but like somewhere where you can spawn and have some unique events happen and so on. And there's like a new theme around aquatics. So that'll be really cool. I'm gonna be playing that tomorrow when it unlocks here in Australia. Actually, you know, this all says, oh, it unlocks on the 22nd. Well, it is the 22nd, so it's a lie. That's because I'm in Australia. Anyway, so the Herbert update, which is version 3.2 of Stellaris, changes a few things. Most notably, it's not even called out here. The thing that's really frustrating in Stellaris is when your ships don't sort of reinforce properly. And that's like top of the list in the patch notes, which we'll get to in a minute, but it's not even called out here. But anyway, so there's a pompous purist civic, which means that you cannot receive diplomatic proposals, but may propose diplomacy actions. And it bonuses trust growth and envoys. Okay, I don't understand what this is too much. I'd have to play with it a little bit. So people can't sort of send you migration treaties, but you can propose diplomacy actions. But I don't know what those diplomacy actions are. So this doesn't make sense yet. Maybe at some point we'll get to trying this out. Terraforming is more interesting now with an event chain. I don't actually find myself doing a lot of terraforming because at that point in the game, like the quality of the individual planet doesn't really matter. There are so many species that, you know, will already be within my empire, be it either through conquering, migration treaties, taking over, you know, primitive people. Actually, you know, primitive people, I wish that they spawned more of those because they're actually pretty fun and, you know, it's a sort of unique interaction. But anyway, in my latest game that I'm doing sort of offline, I had two of them spawn fairly close and they're really good booster planets, especially good for tech planets because, you know, they will usually have a bunch of population on them already, so you can start to build research labs straight away rather than having to wait a really long time for a planet to build to 10 population. But anyway, that's terraforming. I don't know how I got from terraforming to that, but anyway, more to explore, new anomalies for gas giant, asteroids, lots of other things as well, so that's good. More anomalies is kind of fun. I wonder if it's more frequently occurring, like if they just added more anomalies to the base. So like if you were finding, I don't know, 10 before, you might find 11 or 12 now, or if it's just a greater variety but the rate of finding them is still the same. Not sure. It doesn't say that. AI improvements, so that's good. Better at picking buildings. AI planets are a mess when you know, conquer them. They usually don't sort of focus on a thing, and, you know, Stellaris rewards you in a big way for making a planet sort of a focused location, maybe fully into producing alloys, fully into whatever, right? Like you get buffs to your production if you have a planet specialty and you are building up that planet according to that specialty. So that's good. Districts terraforming. Okay, so they've improved them in all sorts of ways. Yeah, the AI is just spamming crew quarters everywhere, and it's like, why? You don't need it. But anyway, a bunch of bug fixes. Upgrade defense platform only requires a notification when the last. Right, that's good. It used to spam a lot. Like if you enqueued like 12 upgrades, it gives you 12 notifications. So that's good that it now only does it on the last one. New ship browser for all players. Experience ships that in a fully glory from any angle. Right. I guess we'll take a look at that. Balance changes, improvements for modding performance, and so on. Okay, cool. I think at a high level this is really good. And let's look at some of the details here. So yeah, aquatic stuff, new civics, new advisor voice that I'm sure we'll enjoy. Probably ship set. Yeah, sort of a pre-scripted aquatic empire, which is cool. Some new portraits. Ocean paradise, and here be dragons. I don't understand this one. But we'll see that anyway. A new ascension pack, hydrocentric. Interesting. I wonder what this empire is like. Yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to trying it out. Humanoid species fact. Okay, cool. Added new civic, pompous purists. Great. Okay, so then we come to the 3.2.0 Herbert features. Bunch of things about multiplayer, main species, 200 new star names, that's always cool. Added 13 new events to terraforming, we already read through that. 4 new gas giant anomalies, okay. 4 new asteroid related anomalies, 4 new anomalies to existing uninhabited worlds, anomaly categories, okay. Added a new option to several old anomaly events. Cool. Anomalies I end up not reading all of the flavor text all the time because the important thing is like summarize when you pick the various options. And even sometimes the outcomes are exactly the same no matter what you pick. Anyway, so bunch of stuff here related to reinforcements. So they don't just try on the direct fleet, but try to find the safest fleet, safer direction. Sorry, they no longer try to find a direct path, but maybe also find a safer path. That might not be the shortest path, so that's good. Reinforcement fleets now consider systems that have both hostiles and allies in them to be safe. Okay, great. Reinforcing fleets using jump drives no longer require a safe hyperlane path. That's really good. That's a good change. Improved how shipyards are selected when constructing reinforcements to better utilize stations. That's a really good change as well, because sometimes, you know, you get queued up 20 battleships in a shipyard that has maybe 6, but it might actually be better to, you know, queue them up in more shipyards and sort of have all of them sort of converge on a location. But yeah, something about plantoids and fungals being able to pick gender, which is great. Added an additional option to the alien box event chain. Industrial colony designation to Economopolis. Okay, great. I don't know what that means. Made it so colony events will not fire on newly terraformed worlds. Okay, default flag for new empires is now randomized. Okay, I actually never paid that much attention to it, but okay. Functional architecture and constructor bot. Don't know what this one is, but reduced to 3 building slots granted from 2 to 1. Okay. Agrarian Idyll empires now get 1 planet building slot per 4 agriculture districts built. I think that's cool. Like, it's not just the I don't know, housing one on planets, but you actually find another way of adding some buildings for building agriculture. Maybe that would be a cool thing where certain kinds of districts unlock certain kinds of building slots. So because on a lot of the planets you end up spamming your districts just to get the building slots, and you don't actually want the district, right? So I don't know why specifically you have to build a certain type of district to get a building slot for some other thing, right? So I think that would be a cool change, and it looks like maybe they're starting to move in that direction. Reduce the ship upkeep cost modifier for clone army admirals. Okay. Runs of Shelash Arc no longer has a chance of giving quite as much unity as defeating an endgame crisis, right? You can no longer use planet killer weapons on primitives inside your borders. I mean, that's probably a good change, like being able to blow them up if you have like some sort of policy that says to protect them. Probably a bit weird. Pubs working on livestock joke now have 10% less political power. I don't know what the livestock job means. Maybe that's one of the special kind of jobs somewhere. A lot of anomalies were rolling 3 society research deposits. Yes, I did notice that, so it's good that there's more variety. Awakened fallen empires use traditions. Okay, I wonder how that changes, but anyway. Several productivity improving techs are now no longer of dubious benefit. Yeah, one of the problems in Stellaris is that usually the technologies, now sometimes technologies are good situationally, but in a lot of cases the techs sort of, especially in the society research, kind of become pretty meaningless after a while. All the techs in the physics and engineering research, are infinite. They stay valuable because they just, in the end game, they just boost your energy weapon damage or other things as well, like ship health points, army, that sort of stuff. But for society research, it's less beneficial, and usually get the least value out of the society research. But maybe that's just my playstyle, which is a little bit more offensive oriented. Nerfed stapled height mine pops can no longer perform complex drone jobs. Okay. Reduce the amount of jobs added by leisure quality district to bring them in line with other economopolis districts. Okay, ion cannons are no longer free to maintain. I have an upkeep cost of 8 energy. Sounds like you could change it. Necro hives. Some changes to necro hives I haven't played with the necrons. And a bunch of stability and performance improvements. So anyway, if you really care about that, you can read through those. I think overall a really good change. I like the improvements to the reinforcing of armies. So that's really good. Looking forward to trying out the Aquatics origin. Adding a little bit more flavor and variety of outcomes. So that flavor is good. Fixing bugs is always great. So yeah, I think great. Thank you for keeping on providing updates to Stellaris. It's really good to see. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.